Kaspa holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you have not subscribed already, what are you guys waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button. But I'm sure a lot of people are, saying right now, Crypto ZX, why are you talking about that? Talk about the price. But, what we discussed yesterday, a lot of that happened much quicker than, a lot of people could anticipate. But, as we are obviously going into Monday morning now, again, if you've watched my update specifically, and I would say specifically Friday, you guys know exactly what we spoke about there. Actually, it did end up happening. We saw, the stock market closing on a negative note, crypto market doing the complete opposite. I did say let's not get our hopes up just yet because of the fact that, this could be clear manipulation. And it seemed like it has been just a clear manipulation that occurred because market is pricing itself, due to, the uncertainty there really is across the board. Of course, right now, if you're looking across the board, the entire market is down, Kaspa down 13.4%. So, of course, that is not an exception. Looking at the price, 5.5 cents right now, down 4.5% in Bitcoin. Comparative valuation, $1.4 billion in the 24-hour trading volume at 180 million. And I know some people are going to be jumping around seeing the fact that, the 24-hour trading volume is currently at 180 million, which is, quite rare. But, due to major amounts of, obviously, liquidations occurring within the space, that does tend to, obviously raise the 24-hour trading volume. So let's not get our hopes too high just for that. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So looking at the dominance index, guys, it's skyrocketing at this point, obviously going into Monday morning. A lot of uncertainty right now within the crypto markets. Bitcoin was able to drop below $77,000, making its way into 74K range for the first time since November. And right now, even though we have seen, I can show this to you guys on the hourly time frame so you guys can understand what I'm really referring to. We did see a little bit of a bounce, obviously, from this 0.50 fib zone support line. Wow, apologize on that. I was talking too fast. But you can see this for yourself. We have seen a little bit of a bounce since then. But again, we're not nowhere near out of the woods just yet. I still do believe, the 73K range is on the table right now. And maybe at the time of you watching this update, we have already retested that. But with that being said, Bitcoin has done it, exactly things that we've been discussing. And I still do believe a little bit more downside could be in play. But of course, Kaspa, Kaspa, I spoke to you guys about the 5.5 cents key support line. Literally pause this video right now and you can go see that. But we actually did see that, being retested. And not only that, we actually saw the price of CAS drop in below down to 5.2 cents. So remember that 5 cents target we've been talking about for such a long time is actually, getting closer and closer. Of course, right now, there is significant amount of support around this range, which again is a good thing during bearish price action. Let me kind of zoom in for you guys. You can see this for yourself on the daily time frame. We do have significant amount of support around this 5.2 cents price point, pretty much kind of ranging down to even the 5 cents mark. We have significant amount of support, and I would expect that support to hold. But those are some targets to be looking out for right now because, of course, the fact that, we have introduced ourselves down to this 5.2 cents price point, I think, market will, be more willing to accept the fact that, some of these prices, not just for Kaspa, but for across the board with a lot of altcoins, could really become a reality, especially while Bitcoin is still not making up its mind. Yes, we might see Bitcoin pushing up to 76, 77K range, potentially even an 80K fake out. But again, if we don't hear any sort of big updates in regards to the tariffs that are indeed the major catalyst behind so much uncertainty across the global markets, I still don't think we are nowhere near out of the woods yet. So of course, a lot of support coming in the way of CAS now. But like I said, obviously, support around the likes of 5.1 cents, 5 cents could be in play. But, the next significant support is around the 4.5 cents if we were to lose the 5 cents price point. Let me know down below what you guys think, of course, right now. Obviously, keep it a very, very close eye on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin drops below the 73.4 zone, I think, we could be retesting, obviously, some of the levels, before Donald Trump was elected president. So, all the gains we saw happening after Donald Trump becoming the president are going to be wiped out, of course. So let me know down below what you guys think. I think they're already wiped out for a lot of coins, but some are still obviously up right now. Let me know down below what you guys think. We'll see you later. It's been Crypto ZX and peace out.